For all you viewers that are watching this video in the UK, this is my review of Le Mans 66. But for all you viewers that are anywhere else on the planet, this is my review of Ford v Ferrari. Why the name change in the UK? I genuinely don't have a clue. Whatever the title of this movie is in your region, let's talk about it. Hey up guys! So today's film that I'm reviewing is the latest film from director James Mangold, the man that gave us films like Logan and Walk the Line. His latest film, Ford v Ferrari or Le Mans 66, whatever region you are in, is a high-octane racing film all about the rivalry between two car companies, Ferrari and Ford, believe it or not. I'm not really a car guy, but yikes, did I enjoy this movie. I'm the guy that loved watching the Judy Garland movie, but what Ford v Ferrari did was remind me that I am still a boy, and I like boy movies sometimes. I like fast cars, I like explosions, I like healthy male rivalry, and I like a lot of action. And guess what? This movie has them all. And it really appealed to my inner boy. This film is set in the 1960s. Henry Ford, who owns Ford Motors, who's played in this film by Tracy Letts, is sick of losing the annual 24-hour Le Mans race to the Italians with their Ferraris, so he enlists car designer Carroll Shelby, who's played in this film by Matt Damon, to fashion a new car in less than 90 days that can compete in the 1966 Le Mans race and hopefully beat Ferrari. Carroll Shelby had previously won the 1959 Le Mans race driving an Aston Martin, which is why Ford hires him to fashion a car that could potentially beat Ferrari. However, Carroll Shelby learns that he's got a bad heart and he shouldn't drive anymore, so that's when he enlists the help of British hot rod race car driver Ken Miles, who's playing this film by Christian Bale, to drive the new car and get them to victory. It's a very simple underdog story of ingenuity, male bonding, ambition, and drive. Yes, pun very much intended. It's also a very tried and tested formula, narratively speaking, but despite its predictability, it is a very well put together film, and it's supremely entertaining. Matt Damon and Christian Bale are joyful together. They're two very reliable, likable, and old school actors in a very typically old school type of film. Their friendship is the heart and soul of this film. They don't always see eye to eye, but they do understand each other and respect each other, even if they do occasionally fight. It's very much like they're brothers. However, Ken's wife Molly, who's playing this film by Caitriona, Balfe, does feel a bit underwritten. She has one very out of character moment where she plays fast and loose with both her and her husband's life in a car. It's like the writers thought, oh god, we haven't seen anything exciting on screen for the last 10 minutes. We've got to do something about that. Let's give the wife a joyride in a car so she can vent her frustrations at Ken. That'll work, that'll keep the audience engaged. But it was a bit much for me, I just didn't think it was natural. Josh Lucas also plays that token asshole corporate guy. You know, the one that just has to disagree with everything that Shelby and Miles says, even though he has absolutely no intuition when it comes to racing or mechanics. He's the Walter Peck from Ghostbusters. He's only in this film to create conflict, and he's such a one-dimensional character, but I will say Josh Lucas did a good job with him. He was detestable enough. The racing scenes are absolutely exhilarating. I mean, the sound design and editing is next level. I can see this film being the frontrunner for both the sound Oscars next year. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Also, there is a noticeable lack of CGI in this film. Most of the driving stunts were done for real. You can tell. And there's a real joy to be had watching something that's been done practically. It's why we love films like Mad Max Fury Road. And there are some butt-clenching, seat-gripping sequences in Ford v Ferrari. The camera puts you right there in the Ford car, as well as on the track and in the spectator stand. James Mangold shows real panache when it comes to shooting visceral action scenes. My only other negative would be that it does feel a little bit too long. It's 2.5 hours this film, and for a film with a very straightforward plot, it does feel a little bit longer than necessary. But other than that, I had a really good time watching Ford v Ferrari. It's well executed, it's beautifully shot, well edited, and the performances are great. It does have a few stock supporting characters, which could have been explored a little bit more, and it might be a tad long with the occasional bit of corny dialogue, but I still enjoyed it. So let's ask my 3 big questions. Number 1, am I going to watch this again? Yes! Question number 2, am I going to recommend it for you guys? Yes, again. And question number 3, what score am I going to give it out of 10? I'm going to give Ford v Ferrari or Le Mans 66, whichever side of the pond you're on, a score of 8 out of 10. And there we go, guys. That is my review of Ford v Ferrari / Le Mans 66. But remember, as always, this is just one bloke's opinion. I want to hear from you guys. Have you guys seen Ford v Ferrari or Le Mans 66? I'm sick of saying two titles. If you have, what did you guys think of it? My quick question for you guys today is, what car film is your favorite? What would you recommend that I should watch? Because I've only seen like The Italian Job. There it is. Both versions though. And Driven and Drive, but yeah, I need to see more car movies, I believe. What would you recommend? Whatever you think, be sure to let your voices be heard in that comment section down below. If you guys have enjoyed this video and you think I might deserve it, consider hitting that thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, click subscribe so you stay up to date on all my latest content. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or any social media, you can find all that information in that video description down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. For more things related to movies, TV, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Airfield, and I'll see you next time.